Radar is an analog horror short film that was posted to YouTube on September 1st, 2023 by the channel known as Lyra Horrors. The short film follows a boy named Nathan who reports that the night before, something strange happened. He plans to record it by leaving a camcorder running on his bookshelf and setting an alarm around the same time that it happened the other night. It's 4:14 in the morning, and the TV turns on.
It's you again.
Can you hear me?
I'd like to ask you to leave.
Hear me?
Are you even listening to me? Get out of here. Oh, jeez. What the hell are you?
Lonely.
Nathan claims that this night is worse than the previous night. I assume that this must be the first time that the face has shown him any kind of aggression, as his initial reaction to the face was surprisingly calm.
It's you again.
And while that night was terrifying, it still taught him something. The face isn't pre-recorded. It responded to his question intelligently. Hello there. Just real quick, if you wouldn't mind pressing subscribe and liking the video if you actually enjoyed the video. I'm trying to post more often and make like more regular videos. I'd really appreciate it. Bye.
And now we return you to our regular scheduled program.
The next night, Nathan tries a different approach. He believes that if he ignores it, maybe it'll leave him alone because it doesn't get a reaction out of him. When the face doesn't get a reaction out of Nathan, it instead throws a tantrum, forcing the camcorder to fall off of the bookshelf. And now that the camcorder has fallen and we can't see what's happening, the face shows Nathan something. And what the video contained is never confirmed. It's entirely left to us to interpret. The next day, Nathan complains that he feels sick. And while he can remember recording the footage and typing up the prompts we see here, he can't remember the actual days that anything happened. Something he says here also interests me. He claims that he can't break the television. But wouldn't that be easy? Surely a couple good throws onto the ground would shatter it, right? What's keeping him from doing that? And lastly, Nathan asks,
Who does that face remind me of?
if we weren't sure before if the face was a sentient entity or not, this next night confirms it. This night we get an actual dialogue between Nathan and the face. Nathan confronts the face about its chosen form, and in response, the face torments Nathan further with disturbing imagery and sound, seemingly annoyed at Nathan's resistance to whatever it's attempting to communicate.
You had your chance for me to play nice, remember? And you did nothing!
Listen, I don't even get what you're trying to tell me.
You will understand. Just really not tonight. Good night, Nathan.
No, please, don't leave me.
And there's one other thing that I haven't mentioned yet. When the TV first turns on and the face appears this night, it tells Nathan that he needs to wake up.
Nathan, you need to wake up.
I'm not sure if this means that Nathan was asleep and the face was just waking him up to talk to him, or if it's meant less literally. know the scene is a little confusing, so I'm gonna try and break it down a little bit for you.
In this scene, we receive probably the most information of Nathan's situation than any of the previous parts. Nathan opens the door and immediately he is faced with a room with tile walls and liquid on the floor. I assume it's blood, and there are eyes all around the room peeking through the tile. And when he reaches the end of the hall to what he assumes to be a door, it falls to reveal itself being a mattress. Obviously, this is a very sick game somebody's playing with him.
Nathan wakes up. His room is flooded with an oppressive red light. He goes to open his door, but his hands are gone. This is it. A horrible crescendo. The visuals were either a camera or Nathan's point of view before, but it's different now. There's no speaking, just an acknowledgement of the time passing and his thoughts. This part makes me think of the dissociative state some people enter in response to traumatic events. I mean, even in this part, we could interpret the footage being missing as memories being repressed. I also want to point out that I believe this scene is meant to be interpreted and not taken at face value. Now, I honestly don't know what this scene was intended to be interpreted as, but if you think you have an idea, then feel free to comment down below and we can talk about it. After this chaotic and disturbing scene, Nathan leaves his house. He meets his friends outside. They're going to a movie.
Shut up. Camera, any takers?
And
there we go.
for now,
Sorry, I just got
he's okay.
Whoa, this one's a bit faulty. Hey, I can still do it. Come on.
In a minute now. And you're not going to share with me? Not in my car. No, he's not.
We're reminded through this portion of the film that Nathan really was just a kid. He had friends, he had a life before the face appeared. Before he was dragged into a hell that he didn't deserve.
Man,
I told you to don't see it in the theater with me.
listen, I was working that day.
All
What do you
right.
mean it was? All of the actors did a fucking phenomenal job. The twist was great. The directing and cinematography was top notch.
Even the kid wasn't. The kids are all
What about you? You halfway into bed? Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Dude. Alright. Well, you guys go figure out what you want to get for dessert. I, unfortunately, have to go.
Eventually, Nathan is dropped off back at his home. He walks to the front door, however, he notices his friends are suddenly silent behind him. He turns around and they're
Aiden?
gone.
What?
Fear grips him as he turns back around to see that
no.
he never was home.
I'm here again.
He's been here before.
Close this time.
Likely many, many times, Nathan has been trapped in limbo, unable to accept that he passed a long time ago. The face speaks to him again and lays out a choice.
Before you is a choice. If you truly wish to be free, step forward and open the door. Or you can turn around, walk the other way, and we can do this all over again.
It's obvious that Nathan is scared. He doesn't know what's behind that door. He doesn't know what acceptance will bring him. But this time, something is different. He opens the door and walks into what must be his present day home. Abandoned, overgrown, in ruins, and he walks into his bedroom. The TV is still there. The face speaks to him through it.
I know this is hard for you, believe me. But it's time to move on now. You're free.
Will anybody remember me? Will anybody even care?
I've made sure of that. Goodbye.
The film ends with Nathan thanking the face
Thank you.
as he looks out the window, hopefully, finally, at peace.
Radar is a story about death, a story about trauma, and a story about holding on to the past. But it's also a story about life, a story about recovery, a story about perseverance through hardship. Yes, one day we all die. No, of course it's not fair, but that's just life.